Hello and welcome to another round of FitFlow Mini. FitFlow Minis are just that condensed 10-minute workout with a focused muscle group. So today is all about core, and there's so many ways you can train core. Today we're going to be working on a neutral spine. So you're going to find 3 different variations of a neutral spine, moving the limbs around to make the core work harder and easier as you move the legs and arms. So first, we're going to get started in all fours position. I want you to be warmed up, so if you aren't already, maybe pause the video, warm up a little bit, move around, or if this is at the end of your workout, just a little extra core, that's perfect. Okay, so let's take your first spinal balance. Let's take your left hand out and your right leg. So then what's stable on the ground is probably the most important. Push into that right hand and push into that left shin. First, you just have a hold. So naturally, our belly wants to arch around and disengage a little bit to let the other stuff work. I want you to draw that back in and create a flat line from your left hand to your right leg. We're going to take it up just one little notch by, let's set that right foot down and walk the hands out a little bit and then lift that left arm back up again. If the right foot starts to float a little bit, that's great, that's fine, or you just keep it down. You have 3, 2, and 1. Good, press back. We're going to do those same variations, but on our other side. So we're starting back up again in that all fours position. Now left hand is pressed in and right shin. So we start to lift that right arm first and lift the left leg. Make sure it's engaged, squeeze that glute, draw the core in, and upper back. You know, sometimes we have to think about a lot of things, but the more we do it, the more natural it gets, and the body just knows to do it. Remembers how to support that shoulder. You just automatically press. We take it forward just a little bit, so set the left toes down first, walk the hands forward, and then re-pick up that right hand. And again, that foot might float, that's great. If not, that's just fine. Pull the core in, don't let yourself arch. Press into that hand, stabilizing the shoulder. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press it back, a little child's pose. Let's stretch out both sides so hips kind of come in right above the knees and reach both hands towards the left and to the right. We come down to our second variation, so a minute on each side again, on our elbows. So we're going to come down to the elbows and down to the knees. The same concept of the opposite hand and opposite leg being lifted or extended. So first, pressing in to those elbows, lifting the body, knees down. We're going to start again on that right side. So the right arm is pressed into the ground, left arm sneaks out. Okay, if it's only sneaking out a little bit, that's fine, sneak it out. And then now that right leg comes into a full body plank. This is where we stop, this is where we hold. If you want any more, you might lift the hand or point the toes of the foot. Just make sure that doesn't compromise the low back or core. Third variation, or fourth variation, is coming onto that back left foot. So if you're here, stay here 30 more seconds. If you want to come up to full body plank, re-extend the left and point the right. Maybe you keep the left hand down, but you lift the right leg. Maybe you can do both coming into awkward plank, they call it in yoga. You just have 5, 3, 2, and 1. Pull it in, rest. Then we come back down to those elbows. So Remember, any variation is good as long as you're holding it for that minute that we're working it for. So come back down to that elbow and knee. We start with the right hand reaching out and the left leg extending back. This might be right where you stop, or you might be back into that spinal balance. Hands and knees, that's great. You may pick up the right arm, pick up the left foot, point the toe. You're either going to be here for another 30 seconds, or maybe you can come up to that full body position. Set the right hand down, come up to full body, point those left toes again. It might be hovering off the floor, it might be down. Hips stay in line, and maybe you pick up to that awkward plank. Three, two, and one. Good, come in and rest. And again, let's stretch out the side body and core, hips lift. Reach out. Another side. Our last variation is gonna be on the mat on our back. So roll on over, find your way onto your back. Same idea of keeping something stable and the opposites moving. So this one's sometimes a little goofy for the mind, but if you just close your eyes and think of yourself doing spinal balance, it helps a little bit. So both hands lifted, both knees lifted. If this tends to be too much in the low back, first exhale, draw in, everything's stable. If you need to set the left foot down on the ground, that's just fine, okay? So either both knees up or the left foot down. What you're moving is the left hand and right foot. I want you to extend that out and then pull back in. Extend out and pull in. Exhale as you're extended. Inhale. Exhale, draw in a little deeper and inhale. Okay, I'm gonna have you stay extended. Extend that arm, extend that leg, and now take your right hand and push a little bit onto that left knee. Push it away from you. If you're like, okay, that's too much, pull the knees in a little bit more, maybe the arm up a little bit more, but it's that cross connection again. Find where you can hold 10 seconds. If you feel the low back start to come off too much, you feel pressure there, release that a little more. 3, 2, and 1. Good, draw everything in. We'll rock side to side. And then we'll do the same thing, other side. So both hands up, both feet up. Maybe your right foot drops down, and that's fine if it does. And we take our right hand and left leg out. Remember, exhale when that extension. Inhale when everything's together. And we bring it into our hold, so keep that right arm extended back, left arm extended out, and we take the left arm to the knee. So if that foot was on the ground, try to pick it up and gently press into that hand. If you're like, I can't do that without my back hurting, just extend or release that knee. Keep core drawn in. Keep pushing. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Take those knees in. And we'll do a little spinal twist. Reach those hands back first. Point those toes out. And let's take the right knee across your chest, or across your body over towards the left. Good, and let's switch sides, pulling that left knee in, across to the right. Good, and let's just take a moment of final relaxation. You can find a comfortable position laying on your back. Close the eyes, find a moment of stillness before moving on. If you would like a little bit more stretching, there'll be a mindful mobility all about spinal twists and spinal stretches, so feel free to find one of those. Another good option is slow down yoga. Those ones will be a little slower, holding postures. Thank you all so much for coming, and have a wonderful day.